Dear students, in the last part you have studied the different organs of speech and you came to know how to describe a vowel sound. In this part you are going to study how to describe a consonant sound. Consonants are produced with abstraction in the speech tract. Abstraction is because of the narrowing or closure of the articulators. So consonants should be studied in relation to the manner of articulation and place of articulation. Manner of articulation refers to how a particular abstraction or narrowing takes place. Place of articulation refers to where actually that particular closure or narrowing takes place. So, hereafter you have to be familiarized with the various places of articulation. The various places of articulation are bilabial, labiodental, dental, alveolar, palatoalveolar, palatal, velar, uvular, glottal. For bilabial sounds, the active articulator is lower lip, passive articulator is upper lip. For labiodental, the active articulator is lower lip, the passive articulator is upper front teeth. For dental, upper front teeth is passive articulator, tip of the tongue is active articulator. For alveolar, the tip and blade of the tongue is the active articulator, while the alveolar ridge or teeth ridge is passive articulator. In case of palatoalveolar, the blade of the tongue acts as active articulator, while the part in between teeth ridge and hard palate acts as passive articulator. In case of palatal, the front of the tongue acts as active articulator, while hard palate acts as passive articulator. In case of velar, the back of the tongue acts as active articulator, while the soft palate acts as passive articulator. In case of uvular, the back of the tongue acts as active articulator, while a soft palate acts as passive articulator. For glottal sounds, the two lips of vocal cords act as active as well as passive articulators. So, when you describe a consonant, you have to mention the place of articulation, that is, where actually the closure or narrowing takes place. Apart from that, you have to talk about the state of uvula, that is, whether it is lowered or raised. And you have to talk about the state of vocal cords, whether it is voiced or voiceless. So, hereafter we can describe the consonants. In English, there are 24 consonant sounds. These consonant sounds are classified on the basis of the manner of articulation. They are plosives, affricates, fricatives, lateral, nasals, frictionless continuant, and semivowels. First, we shall take up plosives. Plosives are articulated with a structure of complete closure, sudden release. That is, the air from the lungs is compressed behind the closure for some time, and because of the sudden separation of these two articulators, that is active articulator and passive articulator, the air escapes with force. So, we have plosive sounds. In English, there are 6 plosive sounds. They are pb, td, kg. Pb are bilabial plosives. Bilabial plosives are articulated with a structure of complete closure effected by two lips, that is upper lip and lower lip. So, the primary obstacle to this airstream is compressed behind the primary obstacle to the airstream is effected by the bilabial closure. So, the air from lungs compressed behind this closure for some time, and because of the sudden separation of these two articulators, that is upper lip and lower lip, the air escapes with force and we have p, b. Nasal passage is closed. Vocal cords vibrate for b. So, p is voiceless bilabial plosive while b is voiced bilabial plosive. These two bilabial plosives will occur in all three positions. For example, p as in pin, spin and ship. B also occurs in all three positions, that is initially, medially and finally. For example, bit, rubber, rub. Next, alveolar plosives. Alveolar plosives are t, d. For alveolar plosives, complete closure is effected by tip and blade of the tongue and teeth ridge. So, the air from the lungs is compressed behind this closure, and because of the sudden separation of these two articulators, the compressed air escapes with force, and so we have t, d. Nasal passage is closed. Vocal cords vibrate for d. So, t is voiceless alveolar plosive while d is voiced alveolar plosive. T occurs initially, medially, finally in words. For example, tell, writer, lit. D also occurs in all three positions. For example, den, rider, lit. Velar plosives. For velar plosives, complete closure is effected by back of the tongue and soft palate. That is, back of the tongue makes a firm contact with soft palate. As a result, the air from the lungs is compressed behind this closure. At the same time, nasal passage is closed. Suddenly, these two articulators are separated. As a result, the air from the lungs escapes with force. For G, vocal cords vibrate. So, G is voiced velar plosive, while K is voiceless velar plosive. K occurs in all three positions. For example, kit, sky, talk. G also occurs in all three positions. For example, good, bigger, big. Affricates. Affricate sounds are articulated with a structure of complete closure and slow release. Complete closure is the air from the lungs is compressed behind this closure, and because of the slow separation of these two articulators, the air escapes with friction. In English, we have two affricate sounds. They are palato-alveolar affricates, ch and j. During the articulation of these palato-alveolar affricates, the tip and blade of the tongue makes a firm contact with alveolar ridge. At the same time, the front of the tongue is raised towards hard palate in readiness for the slow separation of these two articulators. As a result, the air escapes with friction, and we have two palato-alveolar affricates, ch and j. Nasal passage is closed. Vocal cords vibrate for j. So j is voiced palato-alveolar affricate, while ch is voiceless palato-alveolar affricate. So hereafter let us see the distribution of these two consonant sounds. Ch and j will occur in all three positions of the words. For example, ch, cheap, butcher, catch. J, judge, ledger, edge. Fricatives. There are 9 fricative sounds in English. Fricatives are articulated with a structure of close approximation, that is, active and passive articulators brought very nearer to each other so that there will be a narrow gap between them, and the air from the lungs should pass through this narrow gap with audible friction. The friction may be accompanied by voice. The fricative sounds are f, v, th, v, s, z, sh, j, and h. Labiodental fricatives, f, v. For labiodental fricatives, lower lip is brought very nearer to the upper front teeth, so that there will be a narrow gap between these two articulators. The air from the lungs passes through this narrow gap with audible friction. Nasal passage is closed. Vocal cords vibrate for v, held apart for f. So, v is voiced labiodental fricative, while f is voiceless labiodental fricative. These labiodental fricatives will occur in all three positions of the words. For example, feel, defend, leave, view, thieves, live. Dental fricatives, th, v. During the articulation of dental fricatives, the tip of the tongue is brought very nearer to the upper front teeth so that there should be a narrow gap between them, and the air from the lungs passes through this narrow gap with audible friction. Nasal passage is closed. Vocal cords vibrate for the, held wide apart for th. So, the is voiced dental fricative, while th is voiceless dental fricative. Dental fricatives will occur in all three positions of the words. Th, thin, month, bath. The, then, either, cloud. Alveolar fricatives. For alveolar fricatives, the tip and blade of the tongue is brought very nearer to the alveolar ridge, so that there should be a narrow gap between these two articulators, and the air from the lungs passes through this narrow gap with audible friction. Nasal passage is closed. Vocal cords vibrate for z, held apart for s. So, s is voiceless alveolar fricative, while z is voiced alveolar fricative. Z will occur in all three positions of the words. For example, sit, taste, lose. Z also will occur in all three positions of words. For example, zoo, easy, lose. Palatoalveolar fricatives. For palatoalveolar fricatives, the tip and blade of the tongue is brought very nearer to the alveolar ridge, so that there should be a narrow gap between these two things. And the air from the lungs has to pass through this narrow gap with audible friction. At the same time, the front of the tongue is also raised towards hard palate. Vocal cords vibrate for j, do not vibrate for sh. Sh is voiceless palatoalveolar fricative, while j is voiced palatoalveolar fricative. Sh will occur initially, medially, and finally in words. For example, sheep, bishop, cash. J also will occur in all three positions of the words. For example, gendre, measure, rouge. Glottal fricative. Glottal fricative is h. During the articulation of glottal fricative, the air escapes with audible friction through the narrow gap effected by the two lips of the vocal cords. So, h is voiceless glottal fricative. It can occur initially and medially in words. This consonant will not occur in the final position of the words. For example, heat, behind. Nasals. Nasal sounds are articulated with a stricture of complete oral closure and nasal release. That is to say, the active and passive articulator make a firm contact with each other. As a result, oral closure is effected. But at the same time, there will be a V-lick opening. As a result, the air from the lungs passes through nostrils. So in English, we have three distinctive nasal sounds. They are m, n, ng. M is bilabial nasal. In case of bilabial nasal, the complete oral closure is effected by the two lips, that is, the upper lip and the lower lip. As a result, the air from the lungs compressed behind this oral closure, but at the same time, there is a V-lick opening. So, the air from the lungs passes through the nostrils. During the articulation of this nasal sound, vocal cords vibrate. So, m is voiced bilabial nasal. This nasal sound will occur initially, medially, and finally in verse. For example, man, summer, some. Alveolar nasal. For alveolar nasal, the complete oral closure is effected by the tip and blade of the tongue and the alveolar ridge. That is, the tip and blade of the tongue makes a firm contact with alveolar ridge, arresting the air from the lungs behind this closure. At the same time, there is a V-lick opening, and so the air from the lungs passes through the nose. Vocal cords vibrate for n. So, n is voiced alveolar nasal. This nasal sound will occur initially, medially, and finally in words. For example, night, sinner, sin. Velar nasal. For velar nasal, complete oral closure is effected by back of the tongue and the soft palate. The back of the tongue makes a firm contact with soft palate, arresting this air stream from the lungs. At the same time, the soft palate is rolled so that there will be a V-lick opening, and the air from the lungs passes through this nasal cavity, escape through the nose. Vocal cords vibrate. So, N is voiced, velar, nasal. It can occur medially and finally in words. This consonant will not occur in the initial position of the words. For example, singer, sing. Lateral consonant. Lateral consonant is articulated with a stricture of partial closure. That is, the air from the lungs is actually escapes through the two sides of the tongue. In English, we have only one lateral sound, and this partial closure is effected by tip and blade of the tongue. That is, the tip and blade of the tongue makes a firm contact with alveolar ridge, effecting the oral closure. But at the same time, the air from the lungs escapes through the two sides of the tongue. Vocal cords vibrate for L. It can occur initially, medially, and finally in words. For example, leave, foolish, tool. Frictionless continuant. Frictionless continuant is articulated with a stricture of intermittent closure. In English, we have only one frictionless continuant sound, that is R. During the articulation of this sound, the tip of the tongue is brought very nearer to the alveolar ridge, and the air from the lungs passes through this narrow gap without audible friction, but we hear series of tapping sound because the tip of the tongue strike against this alveolar ridge intermittently. As a result, frictionless continuant sound is produced. During the articulation of this R, vocal cords vibrate. The nasal passage is closed. R is voiced post-alveolar frictionless continuant. This consonant will occur initially and medially in words. This will not occur in the final position of the words. Semivowels. Semivowels are articulated with a stricture of open approximation. That is, the two articulators are completely in open position. That is, they are pronounced like that of a vowel. Hence, they are known as semivowels. In English, we have two semivowels. They are wa and ya. Bilabial semivowel. During the articulation of this bilabial semivowel, wa, the front of the tongue is raised to a position in between close and half close. The lips are in rounded position. Vocal cords vibrate for wa. Va will occur initially and medially. This consonant will not occur in the final position of the word. For example, what, sweet. Next, palatal semivowel. Palatal semivowel is ya. During the articulation of this palatal semivowel, back of the tongue is raised to a position in between close and half close. Nasal passage is closed. Vocal cords vibrate for this consonant. So, ya is voiced palatal semivowel. This semivowel will occur initially and medially only. This semivowel also will not occur in the final position of the words. For example, yet, music. So, dear students, if you are asked to describe a consonant, you should talk about the manner of articulation, the place of articulation, whether the vocal cords vibrate or not, the state of glottis, etc. So, I think you might have understood what I have talked so far. Thank you very much.